Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. And just like that, Bitcoin rallying over the last 24 hours since I did yesterday's show. Roughly 10%, guys. We went from a price point of about 51,000 yesterday. And right now, Bitcoin is topping out at about 56,400 per coin. We did see a Bitcoin go up as high as 57,000 last night. So a lot of activity for the king crypto. And I mean, this is just a thing of beauty here. Let's throw it on the daily. So we can see that, wow, 2 mega green candlesticks now for Bitcoin. And as you guys can see, here, let me throw a Fibonacci on here. We have actually now surpassed the 0.702. So a rejection, probably not likely anymore. I think this 0.618 rejection was or is now what we have seen as that rejection for the king crypto. Did go down about 21% before making its way all the way back up to 57,000 per coin. You guys can see greed is mounting now in the space, and the market cap has surpassed $2 trillion yet again. So that is up 8.19%. 24-hour volume's up almost 100%, 95.71%. Bitcoin dominance still holding because altcoins are taking grasp. They are also rallying. Ethereum is up 6.46%. Bitcoin is up not by much, 2.25%. Solana is up 10%, over 10%. XRP is even up 5.15%. And the rest of the crypto market seeing a sea of green. Wow, stacks. STX is up 28.66. Some higher flyers, obviously, than others. The blockchain backer now giving his assessment after spending 12 days, a mere $50 below the 0.702 retracement. Today, Bitcoin has stabbed right through it. It was a long fight against the herd to get back up here in the 2022 to 2023 levels. It brings me joy as the best of my expectations for Bitcoin have been met. The thousands of troll comments over the years saying it wouldn't happen. Well, it did. And now no one is looking to me for Bitcoin price predictions. My targets have been hit. There is a bit of peace with that. While we are here, my strategy does not allow me to play in the yellow box. It's quite simple. There's still another retrace level ahead, and macro is not favorable. He says, in the event that Bitcoin clears the last retrace level with conviction, the 0.786 at $57,600, I will happily jam my Bitcoin profits into XRP. Guys, notice what he is saying here. That concept that I talked about the other day, something that I personally did in the last bull run when I saw other coins. I believe it was actually Binance coin when the price of the BNB coin was up significantly against XRP. I traded my Binance coin and threw my profits into XRP because the charts were lopsided, and it looks as though blockchain backer is going to do the same. Guys, you know what this means. He has confidence. XRP is still going to jump. He continues by saying this is the altcoin show now, not boomer Bitcoin 5% gain show. Good luck out there, folks. So yeah, Bitcoin price chart now surpassing the 0.702. We are now eyeing the 0.786, getting very, very close to that. DJ Peter Vass also noticing this. Spot Bitcoin ETFs experience record $3.24 billion volume amid supply shock. So it sounds as though they are stating there is a supply shock for Bitcoin, and spot ETFs particularly have experienced a significant surge in trading volume that reached $3.24 billion. This surge underscores the growing interest in Bitcoin exchange-traded funds and indicates a notable shift in investor sentiment towards the cryptocurrency market. The surge in spot Bitcoin ETF trading volume is indicative of a supply shock within the Bitcoin market. A supply shock occurs when there is a sudden shortage of supply relative to demand, leading to significant price movement. So I have a feeling that that is likely what we were seeing yesterday. More specifically, here, let me get rid of some of this here. Supply shock leading to a significant surge in Bitcoin price, and hopefully that will continue today. We can see that is a pretty strong move. We haven't really seen too much of this, and that would not look good. Well, at least not yet. We haven't seen it yet. Maybe that will change. So as the pundits were saying here, when we do see that sudden shortage of supply, that will make the price move up significantly. In this case, the influx of funds into spot Bitcoin ETFs exacerbates the supply shock, creating an imbalance between supply and demand dynamics. Recent market trends show Bitcoin's price surging past 57,000 after nearly 2 weeks, making a gain of 9.62%. So obviously we are in a bull market, and obviously the trend is playing out as such. I don't know if this is going to be stronger because of the new ETFs this time around. Institutional investments in Bitcoin exchange-traded products have witnessed a significant uptick in recent times. So again, over the last few days, we've been just kind of touching on that from pundits like Fred Krueger, etc. Institutional players, including hedge fund asset managers and corporate treasuries, are increasingly allocating capital to Bitcoin ETFs as part of their investment strategies. So just going on, giving us some more general information just about the Bitcoin ETF specifically. But the supply shock, that is the thing that I'm more interested in. Seeing this price continue to rally based on limited supply. Of course, the halving is also coming up, and that is not going to help matters. But anyway, wanted to thank DJ Peter Vass for bringing that to our attention. Now, when it comes to other cryptocurrencies that have not moved yet, like XRP, remember, Blockchain Backer says he will happily jam his BTC profits into XRP, meaning the price of XRP still has yet to wake up, and it will. He's willing to bet his profits on it. As anticipated, XRP continues to decline against Bitcoin following the $6,000 surge in Bitcoin, which absorbed much of the liquidity. Possibly a new target when it comes to the XRP to BTC chart is 0.0000793. While this may be frustrating for some, it is actually beneficial for XRP from a structural perspective historically. Touching the baseline has signaled the official start of an XRP to BTC bull run. So let's go back to the XRP to BTC chart, guys. And as you can see here, I've talked about this chart in the past. I've showed you guys what I've noticed here on this chart in the past, and finding this level of support down in and around here. I think that is going to be critical for finding that demand that we need for the XRP to BTC price correlation before we see that move up. And so we just keep moving down and down and down, but I do think we need to get into this level here. And I mean, it's a pretty wide level. So we're going to see, at what point this happens. But this is the thing, right? The more Bitcoin goes up and the more XRP doesn't move, that just strengthens the case and the structure for the XRP chart, because XRP has always moved in a bull run. And I mean, even though we are seeing it move a little bit with Bitcoin, like this is XRP on the daily. Let me throw that on the hourly. And, you compare that to Bitcoin, obviously not nearly as much. Although we did see a pump for XRP since yesterday. It did go up about 5%. So about half of the gains that we saw for Bitcoin. But yeah, I mean, not flying as high as some of these other altcoins. Some are up in double digits, like Bitcoin Cash, 13, 14%. STX, as I mentioned, 29%. Let's just go down the list here. Theta Network, 42% in the last 24 hours. Of course, guys, this is why we diversify into different kinds of cryptocurrencies. And this is why for the Patreon subscribers, you're likely looking at some of the coins that I have in the $10,000 plus portfolio and seeing them rally, while others have not moved, although that is becoming few and far between. If you guys are still interested in what I'm trading and maybe take a peek at the coins that have not moved yet in my portfolio, you can find all that at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. It is only $5 a month if you guys are interested. Anyway, let's move right along. Michael Branch bringing this up. Ex-Ripple executive has revealed something new: why Binance refused to have Gary Gensler as an advisor in 2019. So apparently, Sean McBride recently came out revealing a startling fact encompassing Gary Gensler and Binance, the leading cryptocurrency exchange. Reportedly, Gensler was supposed to be an advisor to Binance. However, certain circumstances changed the tables. According to Sean McBride, apparently he talked to a friend of his who worked at Binance at the time, and the Binance employee revealed that the exchange declined Gary Gensler's advisory role in 2019. And the reason he cited was because of Gary Gensler's connections with FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried. So that does say a lot, actually. The former Ripple executive statement shed some light on Gensler's failed attempts to join the latest crypto exchange, as he later joined the SEC as a chairman. However, it's to be noted that Binance's decision in 2019 couldn't have stemmed from the FTX collapse, since that happened way later. So some more interesting insight here when it comes to Gary Gensler and his attempts to become an advisor over there at Binance, and even Binance decided to reject him. What a loser! Big loser. Gonna keep moving along. Ashley Prosper here pointing this out. Now, Ripple's attorney, Matthew Solomon, was not only a bomb in the Ripple case, but now he's also helping the Kraken case too. So if you guys are following the legal aspects of cryptocurrency adoption in the US, this might be of some interest to you. Declaration of Matthew C. Solomon in support of 25 motion to dismiss filed by Payward Ventures. Apparently, this is part of the Kraken case. I believe the Ripple case has been over for some time now, and that's why he moved on to help Kraken, says Mark. Impressive to see the legal prowess of Matthew Solomon. He is indeed adding to his experience here, shining through in multiple significant cases, a true maestro of the legal realm indeed. So I guess we will see what happens in the Kraken case in the coming weeks, maybe months. Wanted to thank Ashley for posting that. We got some more Ripple partner news, guys. This one from Chad Steingraber here. India's Paytm to partner with 4 banks and become the leading UPI money transmitter. This is happening in India. Axis Bank is a Ripple partner. HDFC is also a Ripple partner. And Yes Bank, as we've noted in the past, is also a Ripple partner. XRP used for cross-border payments. And UPI is India's real-time payment system. Well, now they have partnered with these 4 banks. All connected, guys, to RippleNet. India's troubled Paytm is likely to partner with Axis Bank, HDFC, and State Bank of India, as well as Yes Bank for processing transactions via the popular Unified Payments System interface. The central bank has asked Paytm Payments Bank, the bank unit of Paytm, to wind down its business by March the 15th, leading to disruption for the popular payment app. UPI is India's real-time payment system operated by the National Payments Corporation of India, or NPCI, which we've talked about again a lot on this channel, the connections to RippleNet. And now the Reserve Bank of India last week asked the NPCI to examine a request from Paytm to become a third-party application provider and to facilitate 4 to 5 banks to act as service providers for it. Talks to onboard banking partners are on, and Paytm wants to start this process with large banks that have the technical bandwidth to handle large volumes seamlessly. Of course, running on the XRP ledger, these banks already have that experience, and so I don't know if they are using XRP at scale yet, but I mean, considering Ripple is already a household name in India, it would not surprise me in the least that they are using XRP in some kind of capacity. So considering 3 out of the 4 banks are already Ripple enabled, being able to integrate this seamlessly doesn't sound like it should be a problem, at least. Paytm is likely to onboard Axis Bank as the first partner and then rope in more banks, said a second source. The NPCI will take about a month's time to check the bank's technology and related infrastructure, the source said. Paytm is the 3rd largest app for UPI payments in the country, processing 1.6 billion, guys, monthly. That isn't even yearly. That is monthly payments. You got to remember, India is the largest, if not, no, the 2nd largest country on earth by population, only followed by China. So you can just imagine sheer quantity of payments. And if you're going to, utilize any country for I guess, a proof of concept, India would be your best bet in terms of volume and how much is actually flowing through that particular country. So some interesting news there coming from Chad Steingraber. Wrath of Conman also posting some Nium news, guys. Ripple partner Nium is expanding in the Middle East. They just announced a partnership with Enjaz Banking Services, the remittance division of Bank Al Bilad in Saudi Arabia. Nium will work with the bank to offer free international money transfer services through the Enjaz app for smart devices, and soon all Enjaz customers will be able to access competitive exchange rates and instant transfers via Nium's global partner network. This new customer win builds on Nium's success in the region, which includes a roster of the most prestigious financial institutions, including the Mashreq Bank, one of the Middle East's largest banks, and 3 of the most significant foreign exchange houses in the United Arab Emirates, Al Fardan Exchange, which we know is also a confirmed Ripple partner, Al Wane Exchange, and Al Rostamani Exchange. This momentum is being supported by the appointment of 3 regional vice presidents, and then they name them there, who collectively bring more than 50 years of in-depth payments and banking knowledge to Nium prospects and clients in the region. So another massive partnership here for another Ripple partner, in this case Nium, expanding. I do believe they originated in Singapore, but the Middle East already very Ripple enabled, a region of the world that is already very friendly to the XRP cryptocurrency, Sharia compliant, and so partnering up with new banks, in this case Enjaz Banking Services, makes sense if they do want to integrate their payment structure over DLT technology on the XRP ledger. So some great news there coming from the Wrath of Kahneman. Remember, guys, David Schwartz didn't necessarily say that Ripple failed. You can look at Ripple's roadmap in 2 different ways. Ashley Prosper posted this yesterday. When David Schwartz said Ripple hadn't gotten the traction they hoped for in payments, why can't that mean that they got more than they hoped for? I mean, I guess, she's got a point there. The glass is always half full, not half empty. And David Schwartz actually did respond here. You can look at the success we've had in payments in just 10 years and be amazed. And you can look at the success we've had in payments in 10 long years and feel like it's been so long and feels like we're just getting started. There are truths to both views. And so Ashley just did respond here. That is very true. You can't always assume that, things are going to happen quickly. And of course, looking at XRP price in coordination with Ripple's achievements isn't necessarily the best metric to be solely focused on either. I think it is one metric. But, again, the regulatory clarity, this was never going to not be an uphill battle. Ripple has already said from the beginning, always said from the beginning, that it's going to be the education process and, educating the banks that is going to be the hardest thing. So you can look at it two ways. I mean, partnerships are, of course, important. And payments are just one part of this. Think about all the value that's going to be brought to the XRP ledger through F-assets, multi-asset tokenization, tons of developers developing over the XRP ledger. Guys, another partnership here aims to revolutionize asset tokenization on the XRPL specifically. And this has to do with Zonex, posted by the Ripple dev team over there. Zonex and Ripple partner to bring multi-asset tokenization onto the XRP ledger. So another company here looking to bring multi-asset tokenization. So again, moving away from payments, looking at different verticals, looking to really leverage the power of the XRP ledger to tokenize assets. And I mean, they don't specify what kind of assets, at least not in the title here. But this strategic collaboration harnesses the robust scalability infrastructure of the XRP ledger and seamlessly integrates it with Zonex, cutting-edge tokenization platform as a service technology and tokenization lifecycle management solutions. Tokenization improves access to an asset class by reducing traditional barriers to entry, lowering costs, and eliminating geographical boundaries. This partnership aims to streamline the tokenization process for real-world assets on the XRP ledger, which supports native XRP and issued tokens to represent on-chain assets, making the process more efficient, accessible, and liquid in the digital asset market. So another project here doesn't sound too special, I guess, necessarily on the surface. But again, more value being driven to the XRP ledger. But Wrath of Kahneman has some points that he made here about this partnership that I thought was interesting. Quick hits about the new Ripple partner Zonex, okay, and the ambitious tokenization project based in Silicon Valley, but expanding into the MENA region and Asian markets. They first appeared on the XRP ledger radar, speaking at Swell. All right, so this is a brief overview just of that. Prominent presentation at Ripple Swell in Dubai. That just happened this year. Let me go on here. Formerly called Tassets, their platform is touted as being particularly compliant using this particular standard here. Note that Ripple's announcement says that they are bringing multi-asset tokenization onto the XRP ledger. And of course, Wrath of Kahneman organized, as always, bringing up the information and adding these nice tidy posts for support. If I read the Ripple blog correctly, it means Zonex is using Ripple to plug into the XRP ledger. Ripple does not seem to be using them. They will be using the XRPL as part of their platform. And so then the question becomes, is XRP going to become utilized? I would assume it would be, because it is the native asset of the XRPL. What assets, he asks? I suspect we'll hear hype about their claims to tokenize sovereign debt funds, but they also claim they tokenize yachts. Yachts, really? And VC funds as well. Importantly, though, they also mention carbon credits. They also tokenize real estate, and their big 2023 partner was Red Swan. Their tech partner, Red Swan, real estate token engine, both carbon credits and real estate have been explored by Ripple specifically and RWA in general. Zonex, reg compliance seems a good match for Ripple. The mention of AI also resounds. The blog post covers their active 2023 accomplishments, but oh my God, these are product names that could only be forged in the Stygian hells of fintech sulfur. Never heard that term before. They also just changed their name. Seems Tassets ran into a trademark dispute. Interestingly, though, the name was changed and the PR happened at the same time the Ripple announcement happened. So interesting to make these notes. Zonex 2 is small, only 2 listed employees, but ambitious. They've been at Davos as well. So think of that for a second. A company with only 2 employees at Davos, they must be doing something very important. Ethereum, Denver, and Swell. Curious to see if they make inroads or Ripple ends up acquiring them at a particular time. So all eyes are now on Zonex, looking to tokenize things like yachts, venture capital, real estate, carbon credits, just to name a few items there on the list. And to get this thing really expanding, to get that XRP utility from tokenized assets really blowing up, it would help to get big companies like BlackRock behind them. We already know that Robbie Mitchnick, okay, a former Ripple board member, currently works as the head of digital assets at BlackRock. And Anthony Scaramucci just did reveal that Mitchnick had a pivotal role in demystifying Bitcoin's narrative and advocated for spot products to BlackRock's CEO, Larry Fink. I want to play you guys this clip of Scott Melker's podcast with Anthony Scaramucci. Listen to this.
Named Robbie Mitchnick at BlackRock. He's a young kid. He came into BlackRock with the idea of creating a Bitcoin ETF. He orange-pilled Larry. And I'm going to give Larry a lot of credit because Larry actually did the homework. Larry did the reversal. Larry was on the road to Damascus and converted as a result of being steeped in understanding exactly what it was and why it will be an international store of value. It takes a very smart leader to pridefully say that Bitcoin sucks, and then 24 months later say, you know what, I've got this wrong. BlackRock needs to be a part of this, and BlackRock needs to have a significant stake in it. So, and he has said two things that you should pay attention to if you're an investor here. Number one, it's a store of value. And number two, it represents a flight to quality, Scott. I want you to think about that. Okay, this asset has experienced 100 vols. Okay, it's gone from 80 to 100 vols. We've seen the asset go from 69 to 16. We've seen it do all different types of haywire things. But the largest asset manager in the world, the CEO of that company, says it is a flight to quality. Okay, last point of the story, it's now 23. It's January. Robbie comes to see us. My partner, Brett Messing, who I don't think you've met, he says to my partner, look, I'm getting a lot of bureaucratic resistance at BlackRock. I need some outside money in this Bitcoin trust. So we sent them $10 million. We said, okay, we're in. So we were the first money in. He then went to the ETF committee and said, we can raise outside money for this. And they said, okay, if you can raise outside money for this, let's give it a go. And they were watching that Grayscale case carefully. Their lawyers told them that Grayscale was going to win that case.
So Scaramucci goes off discussing his involvement in this. The bigger point I wanted to just mention was the fact that Robbie Mitchnick was in fact the one to join BlackRock, head of digital assets, also one of the creators, one of the architects of the XRP price calculator, got BlackRock involved. So Good Morning Crypto now asks, when does Mr. Mitchnick explain XRP to Larry, or has he already done so? I mean, I would think if he's already talked to him about Bitcoin, probably XRP was next on the docket. I mean, we can only speculate about that. But when you consider what Robert Mitchnick says here in this podcast, hosted by Oscar Pulido, he talks about tokenization, the valuation model, value of tokenization. Okay, originally tweeted out by Digital Asset Investor. I'm not going to play you guys this full thing. I'm just going to play you guys a little clip at the end. Listen to this.
For another job. But when we think about going beyond crypto, and I mentioned in the three-part framework at the top for digital assets of crypto, stable coins, and tokenized assets. And tokenized assets is how I would answer that question, where there's a lot of interest and hype around the potential to take this technology and apply it to existing assets, whether they be financial or physical assets. We could be talking about stocks, bonds, commodities like gold, real estate, art, you name it. And take the properties of blockchain and what it enables in terms of transparency and efficient settlement and borderlessness and being digitally native and programmable, all these things, and modernize how our financial system works and modernize access to maybe asset classes that weren't easy or efficient for many investors to get access to. And so I think this is a transformation that is going to take time. This is not a 3-year transformation. This is 10, maybe 15, maybe 20 years. But if it happens, it'll be the biggest transformation in our securities market since we moved from paper-based share trading in the 1970s to electronified records.
And the reason it takes that long, the 10, 15, 20 years, is just that financial markets are complex and there's a way in which things are done that takes a long time to unwind.
So the tokenization of assets, again, guys, going back to Robbie Mitchnick, who once worked at Ripple, who created the XRP valuation model with Susan Athey, apparently orange-pilled Larry Fink, now coming on the record discussing, the benefits of tokenization, all on the heels of this news, the Zonex news, guys. Chad Steingraber here bringing this up after listening to the head of digital assets of BlackRock. Then take a look at the tokenization news as a Ripple partner, namely Zonex. So how big is this going to get? Is BlackRock going to start tokenizing assets on the XRP ledger next? Well, we've got our man Robbie Mitchnick in the mix on XRP worth 55 cents today. Just the beginning, guys. I cannot stress this enough. XRP does move last and fast. It does always pump with Bitcoin. And again, just looking at that XRP to Bitcoin chart, we got to find this level of support before we really do see XRP shine. That's just my opinion, though. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've been noticing a lot of new subscribers, so thank you so much. We're trying to reach 100,000 by March the 31st. You could win a Ledger Nano. I'm giving away 2 of them, a Ledger Nano X and a Ledger Nano S, to 2 lucky subscribers. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.